Sean Voggett here. Welcome back to another video, and today guys we're going to be discussing which clubs in the Premier League are going to be the most active in the January transfer window, because obviously that is open from the 1st of January onwards, and then it ends on the 31st. 31st it normally ends on, because that's the last day of January. Newcastle I think will probably be the most active because they've got the most money to spend, and obviously they're going to want to buy a couple of defenders, because considering that their defence is absolute shambolic, and they're going to probably be signing like players like Kieran Trippier, Tarkowski, and they're probably going to be linked with like players like Lingard and Martial and players like that. They're not going to be linked with like the players like Haaland, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Messi. They're not going to be linked with like the top players that are in the elite bracket around Europe. They're going to be signing like the players that are like good, proven Premier League players. I don't think Newcastle, regardless of how much money they spend in January, are going to stay up anyway. But I think they're going to want to buy some players to at least get into a touching distance where there's a chance that they could stay up, or like for like players that could do well in the Championship and get them promoted the first season that they go into there. I think Arsenal are going to target to try and sign Vlahovic from Fiorentina, because obviously I think they need a striker, because of obviously Aubameyang isn't the captain anymore, and obviously Lacazette is aging a bit, so they could do with like a young striker like a Vlahovic or like a Calvert-Lewin. And I think Aubameyang's definitely going to probably leave in January, and if he doesn't leave in January, most likely that he's going to be gone in the summer, because I'll be very surprised if Aubameyang is still an Arsenal player by the end of January, because of considering that he's not playing a lot at the moment due to the behind the scenes stuff that has gone on, like with him not being the captain of the club anymore. So I'll be surprised if Aubameyang come this time, like next season, is still an Arsenal player, or come the summer he's still an Arsenal player. I think West Ham need like some like players like for backup, because they've got a good first team squad. West Ham do, I mean, but it's just if like a couple of their players pick up some injuries, like what they're going to do, because West Ham are like 1 or 2 injuries away from a crisis, because they haven't got that big of a squad, and they haven't got good backup players for like if like Souček or Rice gets injured, or if Antonio gets injured. They've been linked with Nathan Ake, but according to most sources, City don't want to sell Ake, so I don't think that's going to happen. Liverpool needs some backup, because the thing is with Liverpool is they've got a very good starting 11, but if they get an injury to a Van Dijk or an Alisson or a Salah or a Mane, they're screwed, because they haven't got a bench, and they're. Because if Origi has to start, he does poor. When Origi does good is when he comes on as an impact sub. And the only real backup they've got for Mane and Salah is Jota, but will he be able to do it on his own for that period of time when Mane and Salah are at the African Cup of Nations? And I think Chelsea will probably get Digne from Everton, because obviously he's not having the greatest time he hasn't had a really good relationship with Rafa since he's come in, and he hasn't played much, and Chelsea are really struggling on that left side of the defence, left back. So I think they're probably going to sign him. I think Chelsea. I don't think they'll get Rice in January, but I think there's a very, very likelihood chance that that deal does happen in the summer, because they are one of the clubs that are the most linked to him. United, I think they're going to try and get someone like Zakaria, because they don't have to pay him they don't have to pay for him by like paying a transfer fee because he's out of contract and he's going on a free transfer. So all they have to do is pay his wages. I don't think that would be like their number one CDM target. I think they'd rather have Rice over him. But I think like he would be a good player for them. I don't think United are going to do as much business as some United fans think, or like what some. I don't think they're going to get as many signings as like the media is like trying to make out. I think City, I don't think we're going to sign anyone in January because we don't really do that, because we've only like really signed Jesus and Laporte like out of recently in January. So I think we might be like talking to strikers in January, but I don't think we'll actually get a deal actually like done until the summer. Because the striker that City need to sign is definitely Erling Haaland, and even if like people like say like Vlahovic or Kane, Vlahovic, the thing is, I think if he goes to Spurs or an Arsenal, he will do really, really well. But if he comes to City, in like terms of like City's expectations, he's probably gonna fail.